Hello, crew. How are we today? So, would you like to boost your engagement? It's a question I get a lot. How do I get more engagement? So, we're having a really quick conversation about this today because I'm flat out today, to be honest. I've already hosted a webinar this morning for 2 hours. It's only 9 o'clock here in my part of the world, and I've got to jump on another webinar in about 20 minutes' time for another 2.5 hours. So, I want to talk about this. I'm not necessarily giving you the how-to, but I want to give you some, overarching principles to think about when it comes to engagement, because engagement doesn't just come. You have to work at it. You have to be worthy of people engaging with you. So how do we do that? So I want to give you some strategies. Everything is about engagement as far as the algorithm goes. If you want to get more organic reach out of what you're doing on Facebook particularly, and other social media platforms, then you've really got to work on this engagement, because engagement is what drives the algorithms to send your content out to more people. So if you're posting and ghosting, meaning you're just, post and pray, you post something and you just hope that people engage, then there's probably some skills that you're missing. You really need to earn the right for people to engage with you. So let's have a little discussion about that today. How is everyone? If we haven't met before, my name is Helen Martin. I'm your online crew captain, which just means that I am here to serve our amazing online crew community here of home-based business owners, entrepreneurs, network marketers, direct sellers, anybody that has, is involved in that kind of business model. Then what we talk about here is how to grow that online and use modern social media strategies to grow your business. Now, I am live. For those of you that are with me actually live, I'm live an hour and a half earlier than my normal time. So any of you catching the replay that didn't realize that, sorry. I did put a notification up and warn you yesterday, but all good. Just please say hello if you're on the replay as well. And those of you that are live with me today, I truly appreciate you turning up early. And I'm sure my friends in the UK prefer it because it's earlier in the evening. Couple of reminders before we go on. There's a couple of links above. If you have not sorted out your brand on social media, more of a discussion I had with that yesterday. Go and watch yesterday's live to get a little bit more of a feeling of how important that is. Then join us next week for our Build Your Brand Facebook course. So that starts next Monday, and I work with you for a month on your brand, your page, or maybe you've already got a page, but you need to rework your page. Or content creation, engagement strategies, a likes campaign if you want to do them, those kind of things. It's all about the foundation of what you're doing online. So those details are above. And the special offer to the coaching community ends on the 31st of January. So do not miss that. And if you're in the coaching community, you get a $50 discount to the branding course. So just check out all the details above. So how are you guys today? Is everyone well? You're having a good day? Let's say hello to a few people. We've got Maria on. Hello, Eric. Lovely to see you here. Hello, Matthew. We've got Christine as well. Sheila. We've got Glenn. Good to see you here. Hello, Janet. Hello, Rose. Good to see you here. We've got Michael as well. Donna, Grace from the UK. A little bit earlier for you today, Grace. Hello, Patricia. Oh, you're finally making it to New South Wales. So that's awesome to hear. We've had borders shut and Patricia hasn't been able to see her family. So good to know that you're on your way. Hello, Cynthia. Hey, Gloria. Good to see you on. We've got Gina as well and Hero. All you guys jumping on. So thank you for joining me. So let's have a chat about engagement. Couple of things that are really going to help you with your engagement. This is probably not going to be anything new to you guys, but it's actually really important and it's quite boring. But when you do it, you'll actually see the results at the end of the day. So one of those, I said it yesterday, I'm going to say it again today, is consistency. So how the algorithm works is your relationship with the people, whether that's a business page or your personal profile, wherever you're hanging out. It's your relationship and the engagement that you have with the people that are following you on a business page, or your friends, or people that are following you on your personal profile. It's the connections that you have with those people. The more connections that you have, the more consistent that you are on social media, the more interaction that you have, the more the algorithm will work for you. So when you disappear and you're not posting, that engagement engagement isn't possible because there's nothing for people to engage with because you're not posting. So don't take that the wrong way though. It doesn't mean the more you post, the better it'll get. Your own content can compete with itself. So let me just give you a general guide. On a business page, maybe post 1 to twice a day. On a personal profile, once every day, maybe once every couple of days. It's not as necessary. You just want to be consistent in what you're doing, but just don't disappear for weeks on end. Don't disappear for days on end, because the algorithm then just stops. There's nothing for the algorithm to work with. But let's say you've got a post on your personal profile and it's gaining traction over, the first day, and then people are still commenting on the second day. That's okay. You can let one piece of content run for a couple of days because you're still getting engagement. The important thing is that you reply to the comments that are being left. So there's always the signal going off in the algorithm that there's engagement happening somewhere. Business page, personal profile, wherever you're sort of hanging out. So consistency, you've heard that a million times. It's here again. Being consistent with your posting. So stick to a goal of maybe business page 1 to 2 times a day, personal profile once a day or once every couple of days, and just be really consistent with that, okay? The second thing to hone in on is you need to try and work out engagement-worthy posts. So how do you actually drive for engagement? Can you ask questions? Can you put up a little story, a personal story, which is going to trigger people to react? So working out, and I'm not diving deep in this live into that, but engagement-worthy posts and thinking about different styles of that. Asking questions is good. Just even the background color and asking a question, they're good for driving for engagement. But here's the real kicker that's going to get you the most engagement: original content. So original thoughts and words from you written, and original photographs. So photographs that you've taken from your phone, whether that's of you, selfies, pictures of things. The more, I know it feels a little bit weird to some of you to take selfies and plaster that up on your social media, but that's what Facebook loves: original photos, original content. So wherever possible, favor original content over manufactured content. So even you could spend a lot of time on a platform like Canva and create these amazing graphics that are used from templates, but they're still used from a template. They're not original created content. So photographs of yourself or you with other people. Facebook scans photos. So when they see photos with people in it, heads, multiple heads, that's always going to get more reach than, manufactured things or, ad looking things or boxes and type, that's not sort of native type content. Does that make sense to you guys? So the more original content that you can put up everywhere, that's why stories are fabulous, because stories are generally original content all the time. You're, posting something you're doing, in the moment. And that's why stories work so well. And that's one of the reasons why people resonate with stories so much, is because people love to see behind the scenes type content. So original based content, asking questions, having a call to action. So actually asking people for something, a reaction, their opinion. You've told a story, and then you've put on the bottom of it, what are your thoughts around this? Or do you feel the same way? Or something like that. So actually ask for, a reaction, a comment, engagement. So you have to think a little bit strategically about what you're doing, but highly, highly recommend, where you can, original content, original photos, original words, not shared content, not, quotes off the internet. I mean, I have a lot of those. People love them. There's nothing wrong with that. But original content is, if you're trying to drive up your algorithm, if you're trying to drive up your engagement because it's not that good, then you want to work harder at original content. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And be wary of the platform that you're on. So Facebook wants, images with written content. Obviously, Instagram, concentrate more on the images. That's the platform that it is. It's a really visual type platform. So be very, aware of where you're hanging out, what social media platforms you're hanging out on, and what works best on that platform. And test and evaluate your own type content, okay? Next thing is to create a social network. So be really, really social. It is social media on any of the platforms. You want to be really social. So you don't want to look at people as a price tag, money in the pocket type thing. You want to look at people as being really social. Always be a human before your marketer. So network. Network with new people, network with existing people that are on your friends list that you haven't talked to for years, network with people on your business page. Create large social networks and put some time aside every single day just to network without an agenda, just to say hello, check in with people, making new connections, actually building rapport with people. That is going to help you drive engagement. The more social that you are, the more social that people will be back. If you're one of these people that's a looker from the outside, like you're always scrolling and seeing what everyone else is doing, but you're not actually very active, that is not going to do you any favors as far as organic reach and engagement goes. So the more active that you are, the more social that you are, the more networks that you can create socially, the better your engagement will be. Now, an example of that is taking note strategically of people that are commenting on your stuff. And then, yes, you can reply back on your profile, but go to theirs. Go to their personal profile and comment on a couple of things. They take notice of that, like you take notice who's commenting on your stuff, especially if it's somebody you don't know very well. It's like, oh, there's a new name, there's a new face. Take the time to show that person some love. So take notice of that person, go to their personal profile and show them some love, as long as they're not in lockdown and it's friends only. Go and show some, love and engagement on theirs, and they will notice you more. So again, the more social you are on all the platforms, set some time aside. This is one of the best things you can do to increase your engagement, increase your social networks, increase your social activity, and stop being somebody that's just scrolling and looking at what everyone's doing, and actually interact and engage deliberately, but without an agenda. That will work wonders. Try it, guys. Every time I strategically set out a plan to up my game with this, it always comes back twofold regarding the engagement. So I set you a challenge to set deliberate time aside, for the next week, 30 minutes twice a day or something like that, and deliberately socially network. Just say hello to people and network with people and build rapport with people. I guarantee you your engagement will increase. But mix in there what we already spoke about regarding engagement-worthy posts. Ask a question, put a call to action. So when you're increasing your social activity and you're building more social rapport and more social networks, and then on top of that, you put more engagement-worthy posts, then you're going to get the engagement return. So the more you put in, the more you get out of it, basically. It's not rocket science. But a lot of people don't do it. A lot of people sit on social media just looking at other people and seeing what other people are doing. But the other thing you want to take notice of is other people's content that does get a lot of engagement. What did they say? What did they post? What was their call to action? So look at social media with two sets of eyes. One, to build rapport with other people and be engaging and build, relationships with people. But if you see a post that has a lot of engagement, what did they do? What did they say? Like, look at it from an eyes of a marketer, or gee, they're getting great engagement on their post. Or look at that post that had 40 comments. And perhaps I should try that. But don't 100% copy, guys. I've seen that. People do it with my stuff. I'll put something out and then somebody just exactly copies it and, puts it out themselves. Do different variations. Model your posts on somebody else's. Don't copy exactly 100% of what they do. It doesn't help you stand out from the crowd when you do that. And if I can see it, other people can see it as well. Okay. And the other thing, just to really remember, just to highlight all of this sort of in a nutshell, is you really want to, if you want to build engagement, build relationships with people first without that agenda. Don't look at people as a number. Don't look at people as a potential prospect or a customer and money in your bank account. Actually look at people like, go onto social media with the intention of building social networks, building relationships. You never know when you're consistent with your brand and you've got great valuable content and you're doing that on an ongoing basis, when somebody will come back to you and ask you finally, like 6 months later, 8 months later, maybe even a year later, I've been watching you for ages. How many of you here now have had somebody say to you, I've been watching your lives for a while, I love them? Or they've sent you a message saying, I love all the stuff that you put out. And you're like, oh, I wasn't even aware that they were watching me. Somebody is always watching. You have potential leads, potential prospects, potential business builders, potential customers in front of you all the time. So, but you may not even know it and you may not even see it. And some people may not even know that they're going to end up in your business one day. But when you are human, for you're a marketer, you're consistent and you have engagement-worthy posts, like think at a little deeper level. How can I get more people to engage with me? What question can I ask? What call to action can I put out there to drive more engagement? And then you want to build on those conversations, because the algorithm is driven by conversations, which is a number of characters. So an emoji, a smiley face, it doesn't do wonders for your engagement. Is it engagement? Yes. Is it a signal to the algorithm? Yes, but it's low on the scale of importance. When you can have people that are actually writing sentences and actual words, and you go back to your live or your post and you comment back and you actually start a little conversation, amazing for engagement, which is amazing for your organic growth. So just put a little bit of time, energy, care into what it is that you're posting and drive for that engagement. You give great, valuable information. Like Christine here. Christine's written more than one word here. So I'll just highlight this. Yes, I've had that happen recently. They never liked or commented, but messaged me and thanked me. Felt great. So Christine's actually written a number of words which create sentences, which, when I go back and reply to Christine after this and say, thanks for your comment, that's awesome. We're having a conversation, and that's great engagement. It drives the algorithm to send my live video out to more people because people are engaging, I'm engaging back, etc., etc. So it's just, you just got to realize you never know who's watching. So for those of you that sit there and go, oh, I get very little engagement, don't stop, because the worst thing you can do is stop. No one engages in my live videos, and so you stop. That is the worst thing that you can do if you want to grow a business on social media. Something's not going, and this is what human beings do. Something's not working and they stop. But unbeknownst to you, there's always somebody watching, guys. And you never know when you're actually impacting somebody. Like Christine's just said, didn't know somebody was watching. Somebody messaged her and thanked her, but she didn't even know they were watching. Someone's always watching. If you consistently show up and you put great value out and you put engagement-worthy posts out there and you do that on a consistent basis, things will grow for you. But you've just got to put up with the pain in the beginning before you get the benefit at the end, if that makes sense. But you put the effort in, you build more social networks. People that are doing really well on social media just connect with more people than you do. And they put more valuable content out there than probably you do. So we really want to see people as beautiful, wonderful human beings to connect with every single day without an agenda. And when you're doing those connections and engaging with people on an ongoing basis, then it will pay off, guys. But I will highlight again, original content, original content, original content. Your photographs, your face, pictures off your phone, your stories, your thoughts, your what's important to you. Original content is what's going to help build your engagement. Okay, but putting a call to action to it or asking a question at the end of it, those kind of things. All right. So, Yvette, this is great. I was just thinking how I came on this live at this time. Awesome. Wonderful. Okay. Christine, again, all the engagements we get from the crew during your live challenges boosts our ego. Then it ends and we miss our crew. I need to remember to have a call to action. People need to be led. People need to be told. So don't forget the calls to action, guys, because unless people are told or led, sometimes they just do nothing. If you lightly encourage people or offer them a call to action, then they might just act on it. But if you never ask, you'll never know. So that's the strategic end, having a call to action. And that call to action might just simply be, feel free to message me anytime if you want to know more about blah, blah, blah. Or if you've got something to offer out, that could be, if you want more information, whatever your call to action is. But a call to action could just be, please feel free to message me personally or direct message me or whatever it is. And I'm happy to share with you more information about that. Or if you need some more help with that, please feel free to message me. It's still a call to action. So, or asking questions like on a live video. What are your thoughts around that? Do you agree with that? Here's what my experience is. How has that worked out for you? Always asking questions and driving for the engagement. If you just talk at people, if you just post and talk at people, you'll get minimal engagement. But when you can actually lift those copywriting skills of yours on written posts, tell a story, and actually remember to ask a question or put a call to action in it, then you're going to get more engagement. More engagement drives the algorithm. Put more thought into it. Build huge, large social networks. Like I say all the time, there's a couple of things that you should be constantly doing, and that's always building your audience and then engaging with that audience. First and foremost, you want to build a bigger team, you want to get more customers, you've got to get your face in front of more people. Always build your social networks. So be a human before you're a marketer and build those relationships. But then when you're posting, drive for engagement and ask questions and put the call to action and everything I've already mentioned. Okay? Anna, we'll need to catch the beginning as I forgot you were going on earlier. No worries, that's what the replay's for. Miss the challenges, hold that thought. There will be one shortly, Chantel. So I'll keep you posted on that. I posted on my personal profile a picture of a deer peeking in my window. It's normal for me, but the engagement was amazing. Something so simple. And it's the simple things that often do get the engagement, and engagement is engagement. Even on a business page, you need to be a human being, and on a personal profile, you need to drive for curiosity. So there should be a personal element on a business page, and there should be a business element on your personal profile, but within Facebook's guidelines, just sharing what your passions are, creating curiosity, those kind of things. Anyway, I need to move on because I've got to jump on another webinar. I hope this is useful for you today. Just think about it. It's the simplest things that actually can get you more momentum, guys. And a lot of people can spend a lot of time on social media not getting anywhere just because they're looking more than they're actually taking action. You can scroll social media all you like. You can waste an hour or two looking at Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat and whatever else, Clubhouse, TikTok, whatever, and it'll get you nowhere. First and foremost, when you go to social media, you want to be engaging and interacting, not scrolling. Okay, that's going to help you up your game and you'll be rewarded for that. You put more effort in, the more social you are, the more you'll be rewarded for that. Okay, so I've got to leave it there. I will be live with you tomorrow from my boys' tennis. So at the usual time. So I will catch you then. Don't forget the links up above if you need help building your brand or you want to take advantage of over $7,700 worth of practical social media training. You need to get in our coaching community before the end of January. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye.